to the Elite Performance Team podcast. Dominic Prillo and Dr. Jan Kaskowitz produce podcasts weekly with information in health and wellness, as well as guests on our podcast. If this is your first time listening, thanks for listening. If you like our content, you can find more information on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. Today we have Bill Gahwyler, a certified run coach who has completed Iroman triathlons himself and coaches all levels of runners and triathletes. Bill, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, as you said, I'm a certified run coach. I've done 5 Ironman triathlons, Lake Placid, Louisville, Mont Tremblant, Florida. Completed 43 full marathons, including 7 Bostons.
Wow.
On my way to 50, hopefully someday. And have been a certified run coach since 2010. I was the head run coach for Team in Training, which is the fundraising arm for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Regular coach there for a couple of years, and then I became the head run coach for a period of 5 years, no longer with them, but I coach runners privately and also run the Whitecroft YMCA Triathlon Club.
Fantastic.
How many Bostons?
7.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's impressive. We start with a quote of the day, Bill. Today's quote of the day is, "What you do today can improve all your tomorrows." Doc, anything on that?
Yeah, that's fantastic. One of the things that I struggle with is patience. I want everything done today. I sometimes have an issue with understanding that just by doing a little bit today, doing a little bit tomorrow, instead of trying to do everything one day, the payoff comes when you're just efficient at what you do, but you do a little bit every day. That's where you're going to get your majority of your progress, and it's going to get you to your goal quicker, in my regards. So I notice as long as I'm doing something every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays, I notice I achieve my goals. If I take off or if I get lazy for a day or two, then I just find out that I'm behind like the proverbial 8 ball trying to get things done. So same thing with my patients and clients. I try to let them understand that you're not going to do everything today, you're not going to get everything done today, but as long as you're making progress every single day towards your goal, it's going to pay off in the future. What about yourself, Dom?
I see it as, I call it into movement and doing better for yourself so that your tomorrows are better. So basically, start your program, start your thing, whatever it is, start it today. Get moving, get going, start your better nutrition plan. Start start fixing yourself biomechanically today and tomorrow. That's all better. Bill, what do you think?
Well, jumping off of what you said, start today. And, hey, I've been on the couch for the last 5 years, I want to do something. Well, what's that Chinese proverb? 1,000-mile journey starts with 1 step.
Sure.
That's right.
So get out there and do something.
And don't wait till Monday.
Right, do it today. Takes 30 days to make something a habit. Okay, start today. Now, what you said, Jan, you said you have to do something every day. That's one of the problems I have in coaching athletes. No, I have to do something every single day. No, rest is as important, if not more important, than the workouts you're doing, because that's when your body recovers. You get stronger that way.
Absolutely. So Bill, tell us a little bit about your personal goals versus your coaching goals with clients.
My personal running and triathlon goals, they have actually taken a step back. I'm focused on other people's achievements and their goals the last couple of years. The last Ironman I did was Louisville in October of 2018. Took it pretty easy this year because we had a whole crew, 20, 25 people that went from this area to Louisville, and race day, it rained the entire day and it was about 45 degrees.
Well, that's suboptimal conditions.
Yeah. So,
They canceled the swim portion on that.
The water was so rough.
Yeah.
The pros were in the water, warming up, and the way the course goes is you swim upstream for about 400 meters, go around an island, make a left turn around an island, and then the rest of the race is downstream. They were in the water trying to swim upstream and getting nowhere. So they said, these are the pros. We're probably going to lose some of the age groupers. So we swam straight downstream, so it was only 9/10 of a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was out of the water in 11 minutes, and I think there were people that didn't swim a stroke. Turned
That was
on their
last
back
year?
and just.
That was 2018?
That was 2018.
Yep.
This year, they canceled the swim because of an algae bloom.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, one of our previous guests, he's done it, I think, like 47 Ironman. And then, no, 43. So 43 Ironman. He corrected me. I thought it was 41. He actually did 43. Said the same thing. They canceled the swim portion of the Willow this year. Do you find it more rewarding now, focusing on helping other people achieve their goals?
Absolutely.
You know, I feel the same way. It's I'm not saying that I've achieved all my goals. I haven't had a lot more goals, but knowing that I'm part of what somebody else is trying to accomplish, like every morning, at night too, I'm always texting patients, seeing how they're doing, how they're feeling, basically just to make sure they're following up with me, they're doing their exercises, they're doing their strengthening and stretching stuff that we give them here, but just to hear and see them improve, that's what literally gives me the most amount of pleasure, and it feels like I'm actually contributing to something rather than focusing on my own goals.
Absolutely.
It's definitely gratifying when somebody achieves something and thanks you for it, right? And they feel that you literally brought them there or got them there. And I get what you're saying about like putting your goals in the back burner, but you've accomplished quite a few things.
Not to say that they're not gone. I want to get back to Boston again.
Sure.
But there's only one way I'm going to do it. I have to go run another marathon.
Yep.
So I have to find one.
Are you currently training for a marathon to get into Boston?
No.
No? Okay.
But I've got plenty of time because registration's not till mid-September 2020.
Sure.
So,
Bill, what's your athlete's approach to training and achievement?
the athletes, well, like I said, they all think they've got to go hard every single day. And once you get them to realize that it's an alternating process of hard, easy, and including recovery, they make huge strides. I have one really, really good marathoner right now. She just completed her third overall marathon at New York 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. And with her, we do 3 quality workouts a week. The rest of her training is cross training or easy recovery runs. And once she bought into the concept, I'm only going hard 3 days a week, she made drastic improvements.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the whole idea of doing less is actually doing more. We actually have some patients here who, we have one particular patient, he was running and gave me calls, he's constantly getting in pain, he's constantly getting injured with his running. So we had to come in, there's a strong psychological component to get into these patients and their clients' head to understand that we're going to take a couple steps back. What we do in the office, we do like a functional movement screen, which as long as they're not in pain, we do a functional movement screen to pick out any kind of weaknesses they have. And then what we do is we work on those to make sure they're not weaknesses anymore. So this way, when they start doing something like running, which is a highly repetitive activity, and if you have any functional issues, you couldn't get away with it doing a 5K. But if you're doing like a 10K, anything above a 10K, that repetitive nature, not just in the race, but the actual training for it, that's when you're going to just get started. You're going to start noticing injuries popping up. Insidious, which is like means out of nowhere. Like you get knee pain out of nowhere, hip pain out of nowhere. So we tried to explain to them and one patient was increasing his mileage by a mile per session. And we're like, oh boy, that was our fault. You know, we should have spoken to him and let him understand that let's not do more than 10% per week, and dial it back a little bit. And then we also have another patient. He's not a runner per se, but he's very active. He's a veteran who's in the Army, and he's always coming in with injuries. And I'm like, and I've seen him because we have a Livo 2 machine in here where you have to pedal a bicycle really hard, and he would go. He was an animal. I mean, he would go insane on the bike. And then, but he would carry that over to every workout he did lifting weights. And then every time he'd come in with another injury. And I'm like, that's an overuse injury. And to try to get them into their head and understand, you gotta dial it back again, especially when you're older too. You can get away with it doing it when you're younger because you recover much quicker. But then when you get older, it takes longer to adapt to these pressures and strains you're putting on your body. And like I said, adaptation, that's the huge part of it. Stimulate, force the body to adapt to that new stimuli with rest or those lower intensity recovery runs.
And not to pick on him, Doc, but I was talking to him and I said, how are you running? He said, well, I run a mile every single day. I said, are you trying to run faster every single time you run? And he said, yes. And I said, well, that's why you're getting hurt. I said, first of all, you need a little bit of recovery. I said, you can't just run every single day. I said, put a day in between. Put a day in between all your runs. But now his knees are bothering him and it won't go away. And he's just pushing and pushing and pushing. And he's got the mindset for it. But that's not the pain to push through at all. Let's talk about dealing with injury and life's obstacles, Bill.
Well, I think injuries are easier to deal with than life's obstacles. People get very upset if they miss a workout because they had to stay late at work, or the kids were sick, stayed home from school, I couldn't get my workout in. So tomorrow I'm going to do both workouts. No. You miss a workout, that's it. It's behind you, it's in the past, move forward. And it's tough to get that through your head.
There's a way around that though. Not to interrupt, but I met with you for the first time last week in Oakland, and you were there earlier. We made eye contact. You probably said hi, I probably didn't hear you, but you got there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Correct.
So my thing is I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. The reason why I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning is so I can get my workouts in. I'm a cyclist. I'm not currently cycling now. It's a little too cold outside, or cycle more on the weekends. But I got a ton of stuff to do. And the only way I can get things done is by waking up early, because you are not going to make time. It's rarely you're going to find time because something always pops up. But if your goal is to run and compete and get into a marathon and do well, you're going to have to wake up early. There's no, and especially at the end of the day when you're tired, then like you said, perfect example, you got to stay at work later, something with the family's going on. I'm literally out the door before my wife's up. All right, my dog wakes up with me, but that's besides the point. I wake up early, get everything I need to get done, and this way I'm always in line with my goals. And Dom, I think you do the same thing, right?
Absolutely, but Doc, also doing it after work, and we've had this conversation, if people are sitting all day long, they're super tight. Now they're gonna go and run, and they've been literally sitting in a chair for the past 8 hours. All right, they got up for lunch, they got up for break, they got up to pee, but it's not conducive. And now we're talking about a time-pressed athlete. They're not going to spend the time stretching and prepping the right way. They're going to go out and running. I got to get this running. I got 40 minutes. Boom, I'm going to go. Yeah. And I think a lot of more bad comes of that than good. Would you agree, Bill?
Yeah, somebody emailed me yesterday and said, I like to run, but I can't because I commute to the city. I didn't want to insult her. Make the time. And for 20 years, it's about 20 years now, I've run with the same group of people every Sunday morning. 8 o'clock, sometimes we move it to 7, 7:30, depending on the time of year and the weather. Most of those people work in the city. They work in the financial services sector. So they're in early, but they get up, they do their workout. The one guy, how does he get his workout in? He rides his bike into work.
Yeah, yeah, we have some attorneys who actually,
Pays
they'll ride their
for-
bike into the city.
He pays a parking garage to park his bike,
Yep.
and then he rides home. So he's getting 40 miles in, and it's his commute. Now there's times where, okay, I've got a client dinner, he leaves the bike there. Takes the train or the bus in, and rides it home.
Smart.
You work near Central Park, well, eat your lunch at your desk, and go for a run, do a loop around Central Park. Get a 6-mile run in, middle of the day. And you work better in the afternoon.
Absolutely. More productive, for sure. For sure. Bill, let's talk about the right training plan for you.
That's the key. You, who are you?
Exactly.
What do you want? Yeah, are you just trying to get in shape? Or do you want to qualify for Boston? Yeah, don't come to me and say, I haven't run ever. It's, what's today? November 14th?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a marathon on April 1st, and I want to qualify for Boston. I'm sorry.
Good luck.
You've got the wrong person, because I can't help you. Yeah, you're coming off the couch? Can I get you in shape in 16 weeks to run a marathon? And if you have natural talent, could you qualify for Boston? Yeah, but we can't jump into the intense, the proper workouts right away. You've got to build a base.
Sure. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So training plans are different for everybody.
And that makes a very good point, because we do these workshops in the office. Dominic does a great job. We do what's a level 1, level 2, and level 3 workshop, especially because we're getting a bunch of new clients in the office who they have goals for 2020. And one of our clients, she wants to do I think 2 half marathons in the spring, and then she wants to do the Marine Corps marathon in, I think, October.
It's the end of October.
End of
usually right
October.
around Halloween.
And we said, and she's also, time restrained because of children and work also. But we told her, first and foremost, we need to get you in here to the workshop to learn what muscles you need to strengthen. Because before you're not going to get out there and just start running. We're going to probably, Dominic's going to be coaching her, but I usually tell people start with like a run, walk, while we get these auxiliary muscles and these stability ligaments conditioned so that you can actually go run without getting injured. My goal with anybody that I work with, I don't want to take any step backwards. So we want to continue progress without having to deal with those injuries, especially with runners. Runners are a different mentality. They want to run through every injury. If they notice a little injury, they just keep running and not understanding that that's not going to make it go away. I was actually consulting with a patient this morning. She's not a runner. She's actually obese. So she contacted me because she wanted to lose some weight, and she came back from her physiatrist's office, who's a doctor of physical medicine, and he gave her a cortisone shot into her hip and into her shoulder so that she can exercise. And I tried to explain her with all due respect. It's like, there's all studies coming out now showing that cortisone injections actually deteriorate and degrade the actual joints. And that if you're in pain, you probably shouldn't be exercising. Don, have you heard that before?
I say this all the time. When there's a client on the floor here, I want you to push through the plank. The plank gets uncomfortable, your body shape, push through it. When you're doing a movement and it hurts your joint, it's hurting somewhere, you need to stop. And I think a lot of people struggle with that, but it's knowing when to push. If you're running and you're tired and it's cold, push.
Sure.
Push. You're doing your track workout and you're on your last 800, then you're like, I don't even want to do it. Push. But when you're in pain, be smart.
Sure.
And that's what I try to and people, till I'm blue in the face, I think.
Well, try to get people to distinguish between discomfort and pain. Are you achy? Or are you in pain? You said you like quotes, right? You said runners are a different breed. They are, and so are triathletes. I saw one the other day and said, National Weather Services issued a weather advisory. Everyone's advised to stay inside. Runners, wear a hat.
Right.
Sure.
We're gonna go out and run. When do you not run outside? The only time I will not go out is if it's icy out.
Sure.
Snow, I love running. in the
My
snow.
favorite time to run.
Thunderstorms, not supposed to be out there. I love running in thunderstorms because I love the looks that I get from people.
That's funny. That's funny.
And that's what we need. You need a coach who could design a plan, especially for you, not these boilerplate plans that you could just download off the internet. Anybody can do that. And it's the beautiful thing about you being a coach. You can actually sit down, speak with them, see what their actual goals are, review their numbers as well, and fine tune everything they need. And that's what I recommend majority of to most of my patients who have really run specific goals. If someone just wants to do a 5K, they don't care about their time, they just want to do a 5K. I send them right to Couch to 5K website. I'm like, here's a very easy training plan. If you continue to enjoy running after that, good idea, let's get you a coach. And then this way with the coach, he could sit down with you, ask you what your goals are, assess what you can do, what you can't do, and here, put that plan for you. So it basically takes all the thought out of it, and you just gotta go ahead and, like you said, understand the difference between, does this hurt or is this uncomfortable? Because last night I was at a track over here in Tenafly with the Leonia Track Club, and there was a gentleman there running, and it was about 30 degrees outside. It was cold. And he was wearing shorts, running shorts, and a singlet. No gloves, no hat, nothing. I was frigid, I was freezing, I wasn't running. But this gentleman, he was not in pain. He was uncomfortable, but he was not in pain. And that's what your coach can also explain to you too, the difference between pain, good pain, or is it just discomfort?
And I think what Bill said before about who are you, what is it for you, what you're, and that's the most important thing.
I had somebody that came to me through her husband. I knew her husband. Her husband's done Iroman, he's done marathons. And he's not a competitive guy, he just enjoys it. And his wife didn't exercise. She somehow got it in her head. She wants to complete the Abbott World Marathon Majors. She wants to do the 6. So okay. And they happen to be a BMW family. So he called his salesman up and said, get me 2 entries into the BMW Berlin Marathon. Good enough customer. He got him 2 entries. His wife went, and that was her first marathon.
Oh, wow.
She was training herself. She got hurt her foot, was seeing doctor, going through all the treatment, came to me and said, we got 5 weeks. Can you help her get across the line? And she does a run walk. And they're very strict. 6 hours and 30 minutes, you are done. The medals get moved.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're done. And we got her across the line in 6:10. And she wants to do the 6. Well, she had a charity entry into New York. Then we could train her for a little longer. She improved by 29 minutes. Now she's doing Tokyo in March. She's doing Boston in April. But now she's becoming competitive with herself.
Of course.
Now she wants to break 5 hours. Well, she went 5:45 at New York. Can she do it? Well, it depends. Let's see how the training goes. But she's a run walker.
Right.
Okay, now she wants to do 5 hours. She'll never get to Boston qualifying, but she's fundraising.
Right.
Get there and she'll get it.
Good for her.
You have other people that, they want to get to Boston, and the only way they're ever going to step on that starting line is if they qualify.
Yeah,
Everybody's different.
I had an opportunity wouldn't even need to fundraise. I would have had the money, no problem. The $8,500, I won't take it. I gotta qualify.
I'm right there with you.
Let's end with fitting it all in, Bill.
how bad do you want them?
Well, I think this goes back to what Dr. Jan was saying too, getting up early, right? Nothing can go wrong at 4 o'clock in the morning. Half the world's not awake, right? So nothing's gonna go wrong. Get up, get your workout done, and start your day off.
And it's not just starting your day athletically, physically, it's mentally you're starting your day. Because you can, okay, you know, today I'm dealing with these patients. This one, you know, is difficult. How am I gonna deal with him or her? You can work through it mentally while you're out there running, or riding,
you know what it
or
also does?
swimming,
It
and you're
lets
there
you-
by yourself.
It lets you get your other things done in your life, so this way, when you're at work or you have to focus on something, you don't have to worry about the other distractions, like, oh, I still gotta get to this, I still gotta get to my run, I still gotta get on my bike ride. Oh, that's already done. I got house chores. Oh, I woke up before, I already got that done. So this way you could go through your day, go to your job, or if you have your business, go ahead and do that. And then at the end of the day, you could actually chill and enjoy the rest of your day if that's what you choose to do.
Absolutely. Bill, tell everybody the best way to contact you.
My email is runcoachbill@gmail. Send me an email there. Contact me by phone, 201-315-7257. You can get in touch with me through the Wyckoff YMCA. They'll get a message to me.
Do you actually run the Wyckoff Tri? Is that you?
I'm not the race director for
Okay.
no. I run the Wyckoff Triathlon Club,
Got it.
which in the past has been beginner oriented, and now we're trying to redo it to bring experienced triathletes back in. As part of the Wyckoff Triathlon Club, you get run coaching, cycle workouts, and swim coaching.
How many current members do you have for the Wyckoff Triathlon Club?
Last year, I think we were down to 7 or 8, but in the past, we've had 25, 30 people.
Yep.
And a lot of those people have graduated, and now, okay, I do my own training. But we're trying to bring them back in because not only get trained specifically for the Wyckoff Triathlon in mid-June, but as soon as that's over, we start working on getting you ready for the Franklin Lakes Half Marathon in September.
And if somebody wanted to join the Wyckoff Triathlon Club, I think they don't have to be from Wyckoff. Anybody can
Nope,
join.
anybody can join.
And how would they be able to, where could they get information more about?
Contact the Wyckoff YMCA. Guy who would be the contact there full-time would be Brian McDonald, but anyone at the front desk can direct you
Sure.
to the right spot. And it's a great program. I think the dues for a year to be a member of the Wyckoff Triathlon Club are $160, and you get 30 weeks of training.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's good.
So I think it works out to like $1.90 a day.
Yeah, can't
Go
beat that.
find somebody to coach you for $1.90 a day.
Sure.
Can't beat that. Well, Bill, thanks for coming on our podcast. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Doc, anything in closing?
No, I think an excellent podcast.
Thanks
Appreciate your
again,
time.
Bill.
Welcome. Thank you.
If you like what you hear, subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and iTunes, and please share it with your friends or anyone who may be interested in our content. Until next time, train your brain, train your body.